The current, the board's term of office ended. I did extend it for a short while, but that extension has now come to an end. So at the moment we are sitting in a situation, but it's a very short-term period where we do not have a board, but that will be rectified within a month. Basically, we do have board members that have been identified, new board members, but because the gaming and the betting industry is about issuing licenses, there's a huge probity that has to be done on each member to ensure that they are above the law and that they have no vested interests in the gaming and betting industry. It's a very, very strict probity, which takes about 6 months. It's upon that we are waiting, in order that we can, and that Provincial Treasury can bring our proposed candidates to Cabinet for approval, and they will be announced. But really, it is a short-term period. Yes, there's challenges in gaming and betting. It's the nature of the industry. They are very competitive amongst themselves. So you have competing vested interests. The answer to that as an MEC is that you've got to keep at an arm's length, and try and not get involved or lobbied, and just make the best financial decisions that you can. I think that it is correctly placed in Provincial Treasury, where it is placed in most other provinces, because it also involves the taxation of gaming, and it also gives you a better handle of what the board are doing. In terms of the actual board's current processes, yes, they are going to be under review. But the review process of the Gaming and Betting Board is going to be the same kind of review that's going to be undertaken with all other public entities. As I said in my speech, I'm setting the standard, I'm marching the talk, and I've cut the budget for gaming and betting. And I'm hoping that my colleagues in Provincial Cabinet will agree to the cutting of the budgets of the public entities that are under them as well, where possible, not to make them inoperable, but to ensure that the cost-cutting measures that we've spoken to and the tight financial discipline is also adhered to in public entities, particularly around overseas study, overseas tours, S&T allowances, board fees, etc., etc. We want to try and see a standardization. And just to let you know that this review of public entities is a process that's also been undertaken at a national level by National Minister Nene. So we are part of the process that is happening at national level. No members anymore of the Gaming and Betting Board. As I said, their services, their board membership is now over. So the suspension is no longer an issue. I can't tell you much about the court case. It is a matter that is sub judice, and the matter in the court was not about the suspension of the board members. The matter before the court was about the extension of those bingo operator licenses, which we deemed to have been unlawfully taken, so that the process can reconvene de novo. But I don't want to say anything further because it is before the courts, and I think that the court date that has been set is somewhere near the end of April, where I will be able to give you a lot more information once all the court papers are in.